Have you ever wondered what happened to your day? You get here in the morning, you get into the office, and next thing you know, it's 11 o'clock, and you've been busy the entire time, but you really haven't moved the needle forward. You haven't really felt like you accomplished anything. That used to be me. It still kind of is to some degree, in all fairness. I would get in the morning, I would get into the email, or I would get into distractions, right? YouTube, because learning. I was learning on YouTube, but next video led to the next video, next video led to that, right? And I still wasn't accomplishing my day-to-day tasks. Maybe I'd check social media, maybe I'd respond to some emails. But again, I'm just bouncing all over the place, and I really never got anything done. I never got into a rhythm. I never got into anything that made any needle move forward. And next thing I knew is my morning was gone. Now, I wasn't lazy. I wasn't avoiding any work, but I started to realize that my systems, and I won't even call it time management, but my systems were a problem. Essentially, I had a leadership problem. Leaders move the needle forward by having better systems in place. And that's what I became to realize, right? What I started to realize here was any realtor, small businesses, they don't struggle with working hard. We all work real hard. I talk to people every day, and they're hustling, and they're just trying to get everything they can out of it. The problem is our systems are making us more reactive instead of proactive. So we spend most of our days in our emails to react. We spend on client text, it's a react. Phone rings, we react. Our calendar changes, we react. But by the end of the day, we're exhausted, and we just simply have been in our business. Now, we have to do that every so often, and that's fine. But I'm going to tell you, employees react, CEOs decide. And whether you're an independent realtor, a broker, an association leader, a small business owner, you're the CEO. Nobody else can lead you in your business. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We are going to come in here and make sure that we are going to give you some simple systems in here to help you move forward. And over the last couple of years, I've been really kind of diving into this in a large way. And I have really kind of changed my systems in some really strong ways. Two of my big favorite books that are out there is Atomic Habits by James Clear and The 12-Week Year by Brian Moran. Neither one gave me really the one single golden nugget, the magic bullet, the thing that saved my productivity, but it did change how I think. It changed how I work inside here. It changed how I was managing my daily routines. And it started, to be honest, protecting my attention, because I will tell you, my attention, like yours, is the most valuable resource out there. And just kind of to label this out, I was just kind of realizing, I was talking with one of my friends, Marquis Lemons-Rowell, and I was talking about how I am building certain things. I'm actually building an AI certificate program right as we speak. I also am building a 90-day breakthrough for small business owners, people like that. And I've also got these videos going on, and I've also got a lot of things moving forward. But when I started to change and just focused on the one thing, my productivity has changed. I have literally, I think, tripled what I could do in about 90 days. Now, I'm going to be honest, we're going to talk about this here in a second. Part of it's been AI. For sure, part of it's been AI, because it's letting me get more done than I am physically capable of getting done at a particular moment. But I'll be honest, AI is not the only solution here, because if I don't know how to segment my day, I don't know how to trust my systems, I am not getting it done. So what's happened is I've pushed other things out to the next 90 days or to the next cycle of attention to get things moving forward. It's not always idealistic. That pushes me behind timelines and ideally want, but it is getting me done quicker, faster than I ever have before. And I'm pushing things off, not because they're not important, but because I have to prioritize and I have to make this work. And I will tell you, it really surprised me about getting this done. So I I honestly feel like the systems I have built have literally tripled my capabilities, not because I work longer hours, not because I have become smarter, and really it's just because I have finally stopped reacting all day. And again, systems. So system 1, my email triage. Now this one's going to be heavily AI. What I have done is I don't come into my mail every morning. AI does, comes into my mail every morning, and it evaluates what I've got to pay attention to. So that's what I'd always do for years. I'd come into my email, I'd look at them, open them, and respond to a couple of things. Or I would, one of my hacks back in the day was to snooze. And I'm still going to tell you, I'm still going to snooze emails that don't require immediate attention, but do require my attention. I'm still going to snooze them. But emails lead up to one another. They keep going, they keep going, they keep going. Emails don't end. If you look at my email inbox, you look at other people's email, there are probably thousands of unread emails. Now I'm letting AI do this on a daily basis. Just giving me a triage of what's going on so I can go in and now just pay attention to what I need to. And I just went through Claude. I'm doing this through that. It's a desktop workflow that I've built where I have it go in and it labels things for me as an urgent, but not urgent, important, but not urgent, informational, and must reads, right? I did that because mine are telling me things that I want to keep up to date with for news, topics, conversations. Doing what I do here, I need to keep up on those things. You may want to look at a different way of looking at this, but that's one of the ways you probably want to make sure you are here in the moment and doing that stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, I still got to come to those emails, but that's now after I've gotten some of the big items out. It's usually around lunchtime or something like that. Pretty much after I get done with this video, that's what I will do next. But AI is simplifying what's going on, and it's removing the noise from email that's coming out there. And it's totally changed how I'm working. It's totally changed my systems and my setups that are in place. Now, another system out here that actually, let's step back. I'm going to talk calendar here in a second. But the other thing I want you to understand about my email triage is it also creates temporary drafts for me. So the emails that do require my response, I go to draft first. That's the first thing I do. I look in the draft, see what's in there. And then I'll go back, read the emails, make sure I agree. If I got to change the email, I don't care. The draft mode is that targeted item, one of the things I got to pay attention. So I'm missing less opportunities. Now, system 2 is my calendar. And this one is still in process, but it's really helped me a bunch. Where I'll be honest, I used to look at my calendar 5 minutes, I would always try every Sunday to go look at my calendar and know what my week was. And I still do that because, I'm scheduled throughout the week for different things. But now what I am doing is just coming in, and every morning, again, AI is looking at my calendar for me, but identifying those things, identifying the areas in there where I can be productive. I can build my next product, or I can make some phone calls, or I can do whatever. And it's helping me prioritize that stuff related to the emails that I have out there, right? It's going through with the emails and looking and making sure I'm not missing conversations. So it's reminding me what my emails are, summarizing previous conversations, helping me prepare for meetings, and I'm ready to go. And it identifies anything that I need to be following up on. Now, I'm going to tell you, there's a little bit of a hack with this that's going on, and I'll see if I can pull it out here real quick. And this has been one of my better solutions in place. Now, there are various versions out here, but there is a tool, Plaud, and I'll have it in the descriptions below. But I put that in there. Now, Plaud with Claude will let us tie some of the conversation together. Now, please understand whatever state you're watching in. Please know your recording rules. Please know what's going on in there. Some states are a dual consent state. You have to know this. But it's letting me put that out there, and then I could come in and follow up. I was literally at a conference the other day, and I had my device out there, and I was recording for my knowledge. When I came back, I built a cheat sheet. So it gave me my to-dos, it gave me everything to work on and be out there. The reason that is so important is when I'm meeting with clients, I mean that out there, as long as they agree to those recordings, I'm getting better conversation because I'm just face to face. I'm not worried about writing notes. I'm there. It's recording for me. I'm asking the right questions. I'm in place. And then I'm getting summaries out there with actionable to-dos that I can tie into my calendar through AI, knowing when I have to respond, when I need to do things, when I need to get alerts to do this. I don't have to sort my emails. I don't have to organize my calendar anymore, and I'm ready to go. So systems are in place. Now, the last little thing in here, system 3, is a little less AI, although you can put these questions into your favorite AI tool. And by the way, today I've referenced Claude a couple times. Claude's not the only way to do this. ChatGPT, Gemini, they're all really great tools. I just kind of like Claude currently for the desktop version. I think it just works a little bit better in that regard, but nonetheless, it's all there. But the last one in here is really just 3 questions I try to ask myself every day when I come in. The first one is, where am I at right now? What am I working on? What are the priorities? What has to get done? Not where I was, not where I hope to be. Where am I right now? Honestly, what's working? Where am I stuck? What's distracting me? What's actually moving the business forward? These are things that I want to know what's going on. Also, what's moving the business the other direction. The next question is, where do I want to be in the next 90 days? Again, the 12-week year is about these 90-day blueprints that you build out there. And I actually do love them a lot. And I think they're really, really solid. So I just kind of modified that system a little bit to work for me. And the reason why I like the 12-week year, my 90-day blueprint type systems that are out there, is it's creating just enough urgency to keep you focused, not stressed, focused. I don't want you stressed. I want you focused. Because if you slip on a day, it's like slipping on a month. And when you got a year goal, that's a lot. I can make that up. This isn't letting you make that up. This is where you're coming into play. This is where you are making the business forward. So where do I want to be in the next 90 days, right? Again, my example, I want the certificate done, needs to be done. And I need to have the 90-day, my 90-day breakthrough done as well. So how do I get that done? Where I got to be? What's got to be on there? What distractions do I have to remove? What are the actions that I need to have in place? What needs to get done? Do I need to hire somebody? What's out there in place to make that happen? And then the last question I like to ask is, what's the next meaningful action? What has to get done today? Like, that's really what that should be. What needs to get done today? Now, again, not every moment of your day is under your hours. If you're like me at all, I have client hours. I have other things that are going on that require my time. So that's not going to be there. So that what's next meaningful action may not be that day, but that's how you want to look at it. With all of these questions in place, I stopped feeling overwhelmed. I really am. I have stopped for the most part. I'm still guilty, 100% of procrastinating on a couple occasions here and there. That's more about rest, relaxation, getting yourself reset than it is about anything else. And I stopped wondering where to begin, because I know every morning where I come in, where I got to be. And I simply just take the next step. Because what I want you to realize is progress isn't made by thinking about everything you have to do. It's made by consistently taking the next meaningful action. So here's what I want us to do. Over time, I have realized I was asking myself the same questions every single week. So I put them into a document. So what I want you to do is download it. It's not a planner. It's not a complicated productivity system. I'm working on those down the road. It's not complicated ever, but it's going to be more detailed. This is just a simple little system that I put in place for you. Just a little sheet you can download. Again, if you want to, you can put it up into your favorite AI tool, and this could be your systems in place. I also gave you a little AI prompt. I think those are always helpful. And I made it available. You'll see it below in the in the description, wherever you are watching this from. It's completely free. Don't worry about it. It's something you can use. It's going to be available to you. Hope you enjoy it. So I'll leave you with this. Sometimes we don't really need better answers. We need better questions. And because these better questions create better thinking creates better decisions build better businesses. So tomorrow morning, before you open your email, before you check your social media, before you let someone else's priorities become your priorities, ask yourself the 3 questions. Where am I right now? Where do I want to be in the next 90 days? And what is the most next meaningful action? Start there. Start simple. Move things forward. I think you'll be surprised of what you get for results. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, hit the bell button. Hope you do. Share it with somebody, and we will see you next time. Let's keep leading forward together.